on Ways and Means at saka Finance itong nagsasagawa ng pagdinig ngayon. At kanina sa pagsisimula pa lamang nitong hearing, talagang nasabon na ni Senator Villar itong si NFA Administrator Jason Aquino dahil daw nagresulta ng pagpapanik yung announcement nito na kulang ang supply ng NFA rice sa halip na gawa na lang nito sana ng hakbang yon at pwede namang bumili ng bigas sa mga lokal na magsasaka. Pakinggan na po natin ang pagdinig.
You have to understand that in this country, we have a unique farm-to-market supply chain situation. Middleman ang kumikita galing sa barangay, middleman sa bayan, middleman sa syudad, hanggang umabot. In fact, kung halimbawa po ang bilihan ngayon is 24, kapag tinubuan po yan ng 4 na piso, aabot na po ng 47 pesos sa merkado.
Secretary, no, ang of course, marami yung parang ginagawa ang DA para makat out yung middleman. Alam ko po yun, no? But yung isang mechanism ho natin dyan is for the NFA to buy directly from our local farmers. Nung nawala po yung chain na iyan na kayang bumili ng NFA sa local farmers, although disputed po yan ngayon kung meron ba talagang nagbebenta o hindi, nagkaroon po tayo ng price distortion sa merkado. Nung wala nang nagpapababa ng presyo, nagsitaasan po yung presyo.
Opo.
So, I think it's very clear to us na kailangan ng NFA bumalik sa sitwasyon.
Sir, let me just give you a perspective on why NFA sometimes fails to buy directly from the farmers.
Sige po.
Unang-una, mahirap po yung standards nila. 14% moisture content. Walang farmer na readily pwedeng maipatuyo yung kanyang palay to that level. Number 2, karamihan ng ating mga farmers may mga utang yan sa traders. Kaya pagdating dun sa kanilang pag-aani na, the first thing that enters their mind is to sell the product right away para makabayad, makapambili ng pagkain, mabayaran yung tuition. Yun po yung reality.
Opo.
No?
Pero hindi ba, Secretary, we all agree na yung pagkakaroon ng buffer stock ng NFA keeps prices down. Na stabilize po ang presyo sa merkado kung healthy ang stock ng NFA. Ang di po natin maintindihan po dito, pinayagan po natin na mag-iisang taon na below the mandated buffer stock po ang NFA. Ang mandate po nila 15 days kapag hindi lean, kapag lean 30 days. Pinayagan po natin na less than 15 and today 1.7 days na lang po yung natitira na press release pa, talagang tumaas po yung presyo ng ating bigas. So, ano po yung gagawin natin para ma-stabilize po yung NFA, para ma-stabilize po yung presyo? Kasi ito sa poblasyon, nag-ikot na po yung mga staff ko, poblasyon Makati, Bangkal Makati, Galas QC, Libertad Pasay, wala daw pong NFA price. Sabi walang NFA rice, pero baka sabi nga ni Mr. Ko, it's the NFA price yung wala. Ang meron po doon 42 pesos. Dito naman po sa ibang mga lugar, ito po sa QC, at least merong 37. Pero yung hinahanap ng tao na 27, wala na talagang mahanap. Ang sabi po dito sa palengke, sa June daw, magkakaroon ulit ng NFA rice. Hindi ko alam kung totoo po yun o hindi. No?
Sir,
I think the point is, if we can look at solutions, ano po yung pwedeng gawin para ma-stabilize po yung NFA, para ma-stabilize po yung presyo po natin.
Madam Chair,
Sir,
pandagdag lang ko kay Senator Bam. Would you recommend to the council na taasan yung buying price ng NFA?
I think the point is, if we can look at solutions, ano po yung pwedeng gawin para ma-stabilize po yung NFA, para ma-stabilize po yung presyo po natin.
Madam Chair, pandagdag lang ko kay Senator Bam. Would you recommend to the council na taasan yung buying price ng NFA?
I'm sorry ma'am, but the DA is not a member of the council.
Yeah, kunyari member ho kayo.
Yes, yes. Siguro fair ang 20. But you have to understand that we cannot go beyond that kasi sisipa din sa merkado eh. Sisipa din sa merkado. At saka malaking talo ng gobyerno kapag ginawa natin yan.
So, para ho sa DA, yung 17 pesos is not a reasonable amount anymore?
It's not practical anymore. They cannot buy. Talagang wala po silang mabibili as of the moment. Kasi yung po sinasabi natin na 10, 12, 15, fresh, bagong ani po to, hindi po tatanggapin ng NFA yun. They will ask the farmers to deliver dry, clean and dry. Ngayon, ang ginagawa po...
Mr. Secretary, Madam Chair, at least i-note ko lang na at least may isang signal mula sa DA na pwede pong i-follow up ng mga samahan ng mga magsasaka sa NFA Council, kaugnay po nung buying price
Opo,
ng palay.
opo.
At least may continuing point of
At
discussion
maganda din po ang
at
magiging
advocacy.
resulta nun, Madam Chair.
Connection, I want to make this manifestation. Alam nyo, ang price ng palay sa Vietnam is 6 pesos per kilo. Sa atin dito sa Pilipinas, ang cost of production of palay sa Vietnam is 6 pesos per kilo. Sa atin sa Pilipinas is 12 pesos per kilo. Doble. O ngayon, bin-breakdown why problem is huwag natin itaas yung pambili, ibaba natin ang presyo ng palay o para production efficiency, para konti lang ang puhunan nila, may pagbili nila at 17, di ba?
Actually, Madam Chair, the reason why mababa yung production cost ng Vietnam is because mataas yung kanilang productivity. Their average production per hectare is 7 metric tons. Yung ating 4.2,
pag malakas ang productivity nila, it's mechanization, not irrigation. The difference, huwag nyo nang blame yung irrigation kasi tiningnan ko yung difference sa irrigation fees, 50 centavos lang eh. So hindi talaga, ako pinagbigyan ko na kayo doon sa free irrigation, pero hindi yun ang talagang malaking impact. It's the mechanization at saka yung seeds.
increase in productivity.
Madam Chair.
That's why, Madam Chair,
So,
our target
hindi
now,
natin harapin yung problema ngayon na we improve the seeds and we improve mechanization para huwag natin pabili yung ating NFA ng 20, ibaba natin yung production cost ng rice para at 17, malaking-malaki ang
our target, Madam
Madam
Chair,
Chair, but the point lang po, sorry, Mr. Secretary, in regards to irrigation, yung isang malaking diferensya din natin sa Vietnam, pati Thailand, in terms of irrigation, they have the mighty Mekong River, na yung kanilang irrigation system, nakabatay din doon. Yes, yes. No, I agree with you about the price difference. Ang
breakdown ng PIDS, ang price, ang cost difference, yung irrigation, the difference between Vietnam and the Philippines is 50 centavos.
ang
Difference of 6 pesos. So, hindi malaki yung irrigation. Ang malaki is the labor and the, kasi huwag nating mamaliin yung solution natin. Kasi palagi na lang biniblame natin yung irrigation at sinasabi natin yung Mekong River. But that's 50 centavos. The biggest is labor and the seeds.
It's not a matter of blaming. And I appreciate yung discussion. We are looking at the different variables para makahanap ng mga solution. Thank you, Madam
actually, Madam Chair, ang target po natin ngayon sa DA is to increase our national average yield by 6 metric tons. And
If you increase it by 6 metric tons,
it could be lower, Madam
so
Chair.
what is your projected cost of rice? 7?
Nasa 8 pesos, ma'am.
8 pesos.
Opo.
Oh, with 8 pesos, ibebenta mo ng 17, that's almost double.
Yes, ma'am. And it's not impossible.
Of money.
It's not impossible, Madam Chair, yung ating farmers standard ratio, maani na mahigit 10 tons na ngayon using quality seeds.
How many harvests yan per
2.5 po yung ating irrigated areas.
That's 2.5.
Opo.
But what is the national average?
Our national average has increased from 3.9 to 4.3 metric tons per harvest.
How many harvests per year?
It depends on the area, sir. Pag at lang, it's only once a year.
In other words, what is the norm? Once a year? 1.5.
Opo.
The norm is 1.5 harvests a year.
1.6.
1.6. The best case scenario is 2.5. If we are to better our yields, we have to strive for making 2.5 the national average rather than 1.6
Yeah.
harvests a year. That's one. Two, why are we, and I agree with the Senator, the chairperson, regarding mechanization and providing more capacity for our farmers. Because why are we scribbling over 17 pesos palay a kilo or 22 pesos a kilo of palay? Why don't we provide our farmers the capacity to mill so that they can sell it at a double the price and therefore increase their incomes?
That is the advocacy of the DA right now, Mr. Senator. Yung pong 163 rice processing complexes established during your term are now being utilized, but all that we need to do now is to provide our farmers capitalization para sila pumipili ng produkto ng kanilang mga magsasaka. And this was what we had in mind when we started the Bigas na Masa program, where the farmers will directly sell their rice produce in the outlets to be established by DA. And we have started this already, although in a limited scale.
And ultimately, Madam, let's one more point. Talagang dapat ang benchmarking natin sa farmers, rice farmers natin, yung increased incomes. Not just yields. Kasi pwede kang mag-increase ng yield, pero ang talagang nakikinabang dun ay yung middleman pa rin. Dahil siya pa rin ang mas maraming nag-increase yung yield, nag-increase yung patong ng middleman, siya ang kumikita, siya ang yumayaman, habang ang ating farmers ay hindi nakikinabang. So dapat talaga ang benchmarking natin ultimately is our farmers' incomes increasing.
Madam Chairperson,
Yeah.
just a quick question lang, no? Just kasi hindi ko pa nakukuha po yung sagot dun sa tanong ko kanina. What are we doing to be able to increase the stock of NFA para umabot po tayo sa 15 or 30 pesos? Na eventually, kapag lean 30, na yun po 15, no? Ang pananaw ko po, pananaw ng marami po dito, kapag na-increase po natin yan, may epekto po yan sa merkado. Pag nakakita na ulit ang merkado ng NFA price, magbababahan po ng presyo yung ibang mga traders po natin. So ano pong ginagawa natin para po bumalik sa 15 days ang stocking ng NFA?
Sir, may I, although I'm not a member of the NFA Council, I would recommend that the NFA be allowed to import now. That's needed. They have of stocks.
Opo. Ma'am, you're the part of the council po, no? ASEC. Could you tell us your solution? And then, Admin Aquino, can you also tell us your solution?
So we have already, nung last council meeting namin, when they already, showed us all those data na kailangan talagang mag-import. And there was already a pronouncement from the President that, NFA should really purchase rice. Hindi na po kasi pwede yung purchases domestically kasi paubos na po yung harvest natin. They should have done that October, November, at the very start of the harvest. But the NFA Council has not been, wala pa kaming ginawa kundi talagang i-push sila during this time to boost up the stocks from local procurement. That was never done. So wala na, we allowed them to bring in imports pero sa June because we didn't want it to overlap with the harvest which is coming end of March, April, and May. So yun po yung namin. But now, they were asking that it has to be, the import has to come, immediately because of the...
Admin, do you agree on that?
Can I ask?
Hindi po sumasagot si...
No, I just want to ask how yung ganitong level of sufficiency, how much import would you want to make? Like we are rice sufficient, di ba? Gano'ng karaming import to?
Ma'am, 96% sufficient. So meron pang 4% deficiency. Doon siguro papasok yung importation para mapuno. Plus yung buffer stocking mo na...
4%. Sa akin, kung kinocompute ko, 5% is 500,000 metric tons a year. So it's lower.
Madam Chair, may pumasok tayong bigas, no? Yung map ng January, almost 320,000 metric tons ito. January to February, is that tama ba yun? Pwede ba patanungin council kung saan pumunta yung 320,000 metric tons?
So, hindi po kami siguro sa NFA po dapat ang tanong yan.
Ganito po, dalawang klaseng importasyon na in-undertake ng government. Yung government importation through NFA, tsaka yung private importation, yun yung commitment natin sa WTO, 800,000 metric tons yun yearly. Yung sinasabing 350 na importation ng private importation, hindi po yan napupunta sa NFA stocks. Sa commercial po yan.
Admin Aquino, can you answer my question? Paano nyo papaabutin ng 15 days ulit yung buffer stock ninyo?
Dalawa lang po. Una, yun nga nasabi ko kanina, na yung source ng buffer stocking ng NFA is local procurement. Yes, NFA is not pro-importation. However, we cannot really buy at that price from the local farmers. That's why the last resort is importation.
In short, mag-i-import po kayo?
The President has approved already the
So,
importation.
nakakasundo na ho kayo dito?
Yes, sir. Pero June ang original na namin nadating.
Okay, so yung June po na dating, how much will that be sold in the market? Yun yung nasa 27 pesos.
Yes.
Okay, and so we're expecting na sa June pa magsa-stabilize yung presyo ng ating bigas. March, April, May, may 3 buwan pa na 40 pataas yung presyo ng ating mga kababayan. Pagdating ng June, June lang natin makikita yung 32 ulit, 35.
Pero, Madam
So,
Chair,
3 buwan pa yan.
hindi ba yung June yun dyan yung ane? Yun, March. June,
Yung
importation. Madam Chair, siguro unang tanong is bakit yung DA is not part of the council? Kasi, di ba, kayo na mismo yung nagre-recommend na baka pwedeng taasan na to 20 pesos. But apparently, yung council ayaw pumayag dun sa ganung presyo. So, did you consult yung DA ho, yung as part of your, siguro, recommendation? Hindi nyo ba hinihingi yung rekomendasyon ng DA pagdating mo dun sa, pag nag-meet yung council?
if it's really necessary, we call ang DA as a resource person.
Apparently ho, sabi mo na NFA kanina, they asked you last year pa kung pwedeng taasan nila yung buying price nila para makabili sila dun sa local farmer. But apparently, either you didn't approve or hindi nyo ho na-discuss.
No, we discussed this. Actually, there was a study that was made on the impact of a 5 peso increase on the buying price of rice, and that will go into the inflation rate. At yung inflation rate na po, hindi po, at kadamihan po niyan, pagtaas ng headline inflation, lahat po maapektuhan, primarily po the poor members of the population.
But did you consult DA? Because apparently, a compromise, parang lumalabas ang compromise is 20 pesos imbis na 22 pesos. So, na-consult nyo ba yung DA? Kasi kung na-approve nyo yan noong October pa, baka during that time si NFA nakabili na sa mga farmers natin at 20 pesos.
Madam Senator, if I can, there are figures from PSA on the farm gate prices of palay. October and November, 4% moisture content. They range from 14% moisture content. They range from 14.55 to 17.01 farm gate prices per yan. That's why we were really pushing NFA to buy during those times at the beginning of the harvest.
May we ask why there was, if this was the PSA data, that you had 14 pesos to 17 pesos, that falls within the 17 peso mandate of NFA. What happened and we did not purchase NFA palay, NFA purchasing palay at 17 pesos from October, November, and December during the harvest?
Hindi po tama yung impormasyon. Wala po, hindi pa bumaba ng 17 pesos yung
so mali ang impormasyon daw ninyo, ma'am. Neta, mali ang impormasyon ninyo, ma'am. NFA, mali daw ang PSA.
Ito yung PSA.
Statistics Authority to.
Ito yung PSA po na data noong 2017 October is farm palay. October 18.70 pesos, November 18.51 pesos, December 18.86 pesos at the average, national average of 18.90 pesos.
So those are national figures, but there are areas, there are regions wherein prices really went down to 14 pesos according to PSA po.
So, and therefore, ma'am, you're saying that in these areas where you have 14 pesos, 15 pesos, 16 pesos, doon dapat pumapasok ang NFA para bumili. Tama? Because nga, sabi nga, merong 80 plus So yun ang dapat ginawa. Bakit hindi ginawa ito? Ginawa ba ito o hindi?
Hinanap po namin yung sources na yan kasi noon pa meron na kaming mga reports coming from different individuals na meron pong ganong presyo pero wala po talaga kaming mahanap.
May ask the opinion of Secretary.
Just one. Ma'am, saan nyo hinanap yung 14 na yun? Kayo nakikita ninyo yung NFA, hindi. Bakit ganun?
Sir, nasa PSA po. For example, in the
How does PSA get their data? How does...
But sir, did we invite a member of PSA para malapat kung saan sila, may taga-PSA ba dito? Under nyo pala yun eh. Did you ask kung saan yun para nasabi?
They usually have a survey po. They have a survey every month.
But the actual area ho, para nasabi ko kay NFA,
Isabela 16.95, Nueva Vizcaya 14.57, Pampanga 17.01, Aurora 15.59, Cavite 14.98, Laguna 16.36, Quezon 17.62, Marinduque 16.57, Palawan 14.55, Albay 15, Camarines Sur 16.58, Camarines Sur, Camarines Norte, Camarines Sur 15.10, Sorsogon 16.27.
yeah, Madam Chair, baka meron ba tayong farmers dito na pwedeng matanungan kung talagang nagbebenta sila sa ganong presyo?
Madam Chair,
Madam Chair,
may we request this gentleman.
Can we ask the farmers representative to talk? Okay, sige, thank you. We acknowledge you. Okay. This is,
Sir, can you proceed to the mic po para marinig ko kayo?
And ma'am, I think we have the farmers representative from the NFA Council here. He can also give us his insights after after this gentleman.
Magandang umaga po ulit. Yung po mga video na natin po kay Secretary, kay Administrator, sa NEDA, tama po lahat yan. Yung po, ako po, Minister Community Solution, Presidente ng Federation or Central Luzon Farmers Organization, Cooperative. Tama po lahat yan. Bakit? Kapag po kami umaaring mga magsasaka at tuloy-tuloy ang pagpulan, mababa po ang presyo. Meron po 10 piso, may 12 pesos, may 14. Wet po yan. Wet, basa. Pero hindi naman po ito nagtatagal. Pagkatapos po ng mga 3, 4 o a week na mahinto ang pagulan, makapagkakaano na po kami ng medyo maganda at mababa ang moisture content. Pag po umani kami ng mababa ang moisture content, pipick up, sisikan na po yan. So talagang hindi po makakabili ang NFA dahil wala namang mandato ang NFA na bumili ng sariwa, basta, mababa ang quality, maraming ipa. Yun nga po ang pinaglalaban namin mga magsasaka. Sana po kapag umuulan, umaani kami at pag hindi namin inani ito, mapupulok lang. Dadapa lang yan at pupunta lang sa lupa. Yan ang kailangan namin ng matinding intervention ng NFA, ng DA, at ng Council at ng mga
tulungan kayo na madry nyo yung inyong palay.
Di naman po
hindi nyo sinasabing itaas ang presyo. Tulungan kayong madry nyo ang palay kasi hindi bibili ng NFA na basa.
Opo, kasi po tanggap naman po namin na kaya mamili ang NFA sa amin at kung umaan kami ng magandang panahon, tanggap naman po namin na magiging competitive kami sapagkat maganda ang presyo ng ani sa labas. Ang bottom line po, ang tatalunan ngayon, may short ba tayo o wala? Definitely, alam naman po natin wala tayong short. Pero, alaman po natin na NFA na kapag nalaman niya ng mga private sector at medyo nag-deplete ang konting ani na magsasaka, wala silang pag-stabilize. Sisikat po talaga yan. Hindi naman po natin mapiplan itong mga miller, rice processor, mga importer. Namumuhunan po sila. Legal in sila. So, ang kailangan po natin, yung tamang protect. Ngayon po, kaya po tumaas ang presyo ng bigas, hindi rin yung dahil sa sinabi ni Administrator Aquino na isang araw, dalawang araw na lang stock nila. Sapagkat talaga po, nararamdaman po ng namin. Kahapon po, nagpunta ang magsasakay taga San Miguel, Bulacan. Paano 20 pesos. Bakit 20 pesos? Maraming mamimili. Kukunti po ngayon, hindi na po, kukunti lang po umari ngayon. Noong po 2017, gusto po malaman ninyo, nasa pananaw lang yan, narin po, hindi po kami umari na maganda. Katunayan po, sa ibang lugar, maaaring maganda ang panahon. Nagkaroon po sa Bulacan, Nueva Ecija, Central Luzon ng semi-El Nino. Kami po ang nakadarama at kami po ang pagsasabi at gawin yung basihan. Kami po hindi umaani ng maganda ngayon. Pero kahit po handa ng intervention ng gobyerno, tulungan kami o hindi. Royal siya, nagpo-produce po kami ng palay. Hindi po kami po pwedeng umalis at itong hanap buhay namin. Pero maraming po sinasabi ko, kapag nawala ang tubig, hindi napalawak ang irrigation, hindi po kami makapag-produce ng maraming ani. Palawanan po ang ating gobyerno, tulungan nyo kami i-expand ang ating irrigation. Bibigyan namin kayo, bibigyan namin ang bayan ng maraming ani. At ito ang gagawin namin batayan para kami magalingon ng malaking utang sa bayan.
Sa ating mga farmer, for your information, almost 40% of the budget of DA and the Office of the President is for irrigation. 40 billion a year. Ang ating pong budget lang ng both DA and the Office of the President for ating agriculture is 107 billion per year. And 40 billion po niya binibigay sa NIA. Ang problema po ng NIA, imbis na dalhin nila sa new irrigation facilities, kalahati ng budget ginagamit nila for repair. Hindi po natin maintindihan why repair? Why not new irrigation facilities? Tinatanong ko po yung DBM, kung ikaw ang tatanungin ko, sa budget na 40 billion, ilan ang dadalhin mo sa repair? Sabi niya, if the irrigation facility will last for 5 years, dapat 20% ang sa repair. Kasi 100% divided by 5. So, dapat 20% for repair and 80% for new irrigation facilities. Ngayon po, ang ating NIA, 50% for repair, 50% for new irrigation facilities. Kaya hindi tumatakbo yung increase in irrigation.
Tama po kayo,
40 billion po out of the 107 billion na budget nasa NIA po. Kaya it's also na i-reform natin ang NIA kasi there's something wrong with that. Another hearing pa yun. Okay.
Madam Chair.
Hearing. Okay.
Madam
So,
Chair.
I want to inform the Department of Agriculture yung plano na yun. May problema na tayo sa NFA, may tayo sa NIA, may problema, lahat ng lugar may problema tayo, kaya nahihilo na po ako. Kaya
So, baka pwede natin matanong yung president ng SINAG, ano? Kasi yung meron ng mga kwento-kwento na nagkakaroon ng repackaging nitong mga stock nila.
NFA.
Ano bang ginagawa ng NFA dun sa mga lumang stock nila? How do they dispose of it? And then two, hindi ko sinasabing talagang sigurado na itong mga aligasyon na to, pero ano po yung mga naririnig natin na maaaring nakaka-apekto dun sa stock ng NFA?
so we recognize SINAG, Engineer Rosendo. So
Yeah. Bali yung presyo, no? Umpisa natin dun sa October. Yung 14 to 16 pesos, pwedeng meron, pero batayon. Ibig sabihin, skin dry. Pagka tuyo, more than 17, nasa 18 ang, mas 18 to 20, maski sa Isabela and other parts of Luzon, no? Hindi bumabata 18 pesos. Kaya, nag-recommenda rin kami na sana itaas konti yung buying price since ang NFA, hindi naman bulto ang kinukuha, buffer stock lang. So, hindi makaka-influence yun sa total
noong 2017, may narinig kami, yung stock, binenta at lower price, no? Hindi human consumption na daw yun. Binenta ito as feeds, lower than 1,200 pesos. So, ilan yung number of bags yung dapat malaman natin. And yung dinidistribute ng sorry naman, 2017. The whole 2017 or I think February, March, balita namin. Na, okay.
Sinabi nila feeds yun.
Binenta, hindi daw for human consumption, dapat malaman natin how much binenta yun, no? Kung ilang bags, dapat malaman natin. Tapos, yung isa pa, yung distribution ng NFA, kaya may NFA rice, pero walang NFA price, maraming nariribag. Riniribag nila. Kaya yung commercial rice, hinahalo ng NFA, tapos binibenta sa labas.
Pero meron kayong proof na mga tao na nagsasabi nun?
Yes, pero siguro pwede natin imbitahan sa susunod na hearing para at least malaman ito lahat.
Pag criminal yun, I mean, hindi dapat ginagawa yun, di ba?
Yes.
Dapat matanong, salamat engineer, dapat siguro matanong natin itong si Administrator Aquino, ano ba nangyari? Bakit napapayagan yung gano'n? May mga tatanungin din ako sa yung pangalan, ha?
Yung allegation na tawag nun, nagbebenta na mababa for feeds, hindi, wala po kaming record na merong sira. So, below 1,000 pesos.
1,200.
1,200. Meron po tayong binenta, bali dinispose na aging stocks. Pero ito po, nung dumating ako ng 2017, meron pa pong stocks na 2014, 2015. So yun pong binenta namin.
Anong binibenta?
Kailan, magkano, ma'am, with the permission of, magkano binenta, kailan, ano ang volume? Sinong bumili?
Ganito po, sa pagdi-dispose po ng aging stocks, meron po kaming sinusundan na proseso. Una, yung nag-open sales kami at retained yung presyo. Ngayon, kung medyo hindi na binibili, nag-apply ng reduced price. Pagkatapos, kung wala talagang bumili, auction na po yan.
So it ended up being auctioned off? So can we, ma'am, with the permission of the chairman and Senator...
Allowed to ask questions.
Yes, no, we just, ano yung detalye? Sinong bumili? Magkano ang benta? Gaano kalaki yung volume? This is what we need, the information.
Ganito po, ang pagbebenta ng mga aging stocks, sa mga regions po yan. So sila po yung nagre-recommenda, nagsasuggest.
But you have the records. Sino ang bumili?
Meron po.
Magkano ang binenta? How much was the price? How much was the volume? And who were the buyers? Diba?
I think the next hearing, you have to produce the records. Mag-report kayo sa amin kung ano ibinebenta nyo yearly na sinasabi nyong aging stocks, kanino nyo ibinenta, magkano nyo ibinenta at gaano karami. Di ba? And then, yung contention na nire-reback nyo at binibenta ng binibenta nyo sa trader, nire-reback ng trader yung NFA rice. Ano yun? Chismis yun eh. Ano ba yun?
Meron po kaming regular inspection visitations doon sa mga field offices, doon sa mga traders at sa mga nagbebenta ng bigas.
Yung magbebenta sa trader, di ba sa NFA retailer lang kayo pwedeng magbenta?
Opo, sa retailers lang kami nagbebenta. Pero yung in-inspect namin lahat po.
Teka muna, wala bang mga CCTV yung mga NFA warehouses? Marami ba yun?
Marami po.
Kung 87 lang, kaya naman ninyo. Madam Chair, kung papayagan ninyo, kasi nga, bumabalik tayo sa inventaryo Dapat malinaw kasi. Ilang bags na nakuha nyo, ilan buwan, ilan ang dinispose nyo, ilan ang natira. Meron ka ba nun?
Kanina ko pa po hinihingi. Kung pwede po, may present natin.
O sige, i-present mo tapos tatanungin ko itong mga ibang pangalan ng mga naririto.
Madam Chair, quickly lang, in-note ko lang, kapansin-pansin lang na nung itanong ng komite, yung datos ng, ayan, yung mga aging stock na binibenta or yung auction bilang feeds or kung ano pa man, meron naman palang datos. Pero yung kaninang datos para i-validate yung sa PSA, yung availability of lower price palay sa iba't ibang mga rehiyon, wala. So sana po hindi maging selective yung pagsagot sa mga tanong. Napaka-socially sensitive po produce na nasa kamay ng NFA para sa mga nagugutom, lalo na yung mga mahihirap. Nakakagulat lang, no? Available yung isang set ng datos, yung isa naman ay hindi.
Tanungin natin siya, ano yung comment niya dun sa data ng PSA na meron naman palang mabibili kang rice, sasabihin mo wala kang mabibili.
Yun nga po, bumibili lang NFA at 17 pesos ng clean and dry. Baka yung sinasabi na 10 pesos, yun yung basa. At siguro, nasabi naman kanina ng isang resource person.
Na meron everywhere. Mga it's not more than 17. Ano comment mo doon?
Hindi po kami nakakita ng clean and dry na at 17 pesos. Kung meron lang, patangal siguro baka at hindi pumapasa sa standards ng NFA.
From the NEDA?
Ma'am, ang data po is 14% moisture content.
Dry.
Means dry, ma'am.
Which means dry, yeah.
Maybe we should give the list to you and then you make a report on your comment on that list na i-check mo sa mga regions mo na why they have that list and yet you say that you cannot buy.
Siguro, Madam Chair, baka we can ask them, NEDA, can they provide yung at 14 pesos, anong quantity nun? At 15, anong... na yung price, ganitong quantity, may makukuha niyo ba yung ganun data?
Yan ang average price per region, diba? And then you put the production of the region in terms of rice. Ganun lang. Sige. And you furnish us the copy.
Ma'am, just very quickly. Doon sa usapin ng disposing of aging stocks, I remember when I was chairman of the council, there is a protocol, hindi ba? Director Abinong, remember? Director Abinong also sits in the NFA Council. I think Sanbilla also sits in the NFA Council. Hindi ba may protocol tayo sa aging, sale of aging stocks? So is it being followed? Would you know? So we are following it, ma'am?
They do follow it, on a month, depende po dun sa pag-age lang.
So that's on record, diba?
Can you tell me what the protocol is for disposing of aging stocks? Para sa ating dapat alam mo yan by heart. Ano po yan?
Ganito po, may sinusundan kaming stocking schedule. May sinusundan kaming 369. Yung sa 3 yung sa corn, yung 6 yung rice. Months. Tapos yung sa 12 po, 9 yung sa palay. So ibig sabihin, during dapat pagdating sa sa month na yun, dapat mai-dispose na kasi nag-start po mag-deteriorate yung bigas.
May inventory, yun ang hihingin siguro natin.
Yes po, we'll provide that, Madam.
Siguro
Madam
pwede
Senator.
na mag-present. No?
Madam Chair, baka bago mag-present sa admin, pagpaliwanag kami regarding sa NFA present sa market. So far po, if you allow, a little bit.
Mr. Orlando.
Ayun, kami po sa record, kami po bumibili ng NFA rice sa NFA po, na nagpinibenta po namin ng 27 pesos and 22 pesos po sa market. So kami po yung nakakasalamuha ng mga marginalized people natin na talagang purist of the poor. Kami po yung nakaka-receive ng mga reklamo po nila. So sa ngayon po talaga, wala ko silang mapaumanhin sa mga mamimili po natin na wala ko talaga mabibili ngayon dahil hindi po kami makabili ngayon sa NFA po ng rice dahil nga po wala po silang stocks. So, yung amin pong sector, so po 15,178 accredited NFA retailers po kami sa buong Pilipinas. So, binibenta po namin ito, usually allocation po namin 50 to 100 po a week. So, kung titignan po ninyo, 50 kabans per week. sa loob po ng 15,178 po, bumultiply yun sa 50 bags weekly. That is 758,900 sa bags. So, 50 lang po yan. How much po kung nagkakaroon po ng matinding pagbilihan po? Tumataas po yan. So, suma po namin, halos 6 weeks na kami nagbebenta. Given po, meron po kami bayad sa pwesto. Meron po kami mga binabayaran din pong tagabuhat. Meron din po kami kuryente, lahat, everything. 2 piso lang po ang kinikita ng mga retailers. Napag-uusapan po kasi kanina, so, ngayon na po ako nagkaroon ng malakas ng loob na sabihin na sana naman maunawaan din yung aming sektor na tumutulong po kami nagkakapit na sinasabi natin accessible, affordable, available with NFA rice. Kung wala kami ibibenta, paano na? Kaya narinig ko kanina kay Senator Damasino, nagtago sa market, wala talagang makikita. At yun na, magtitinta kami ng 27 pesos. Saglit lang po yan. Ubus agad. Ang layo ng discrepancy ng presyo. 27 pesos to 45 to 50. So, ito nga po yung nasa middle class, bumibili na ng NFA. Dahil ang NFA po naman ngayon, maganda ang quality. Dahil hindi na po tumatagal. Nadi-displace na po lang agad. So, ngayon po, napag-usapan po ito, sinasabi po namin na maintindihan din kami, itaas ang kita namin from 2 pesos, kung kaya-kaya nga pa 3 pesos. Baka naman po yung aming sektor na medyo naaapi po sa labanan. Pagka hindi po kami kailangan, kawawa na yung peso namin, lalo na po ngayon, lean months, wala kaming tinda. Throughout the year po, minamaintain namin mga peso namin. So, kawawa din po kami mga retailers. So, yun po sinasabi ko namin, magkaroon ng sakit na solusyon dahil ano maligo lang kami mag-ibenta ng NFA. After ito, wala na. Nabanggit kami na June pa daw. Anong buwan pa lang po ngayon? March, April, May, June. So, lahat po yan, wala kaming tinda. Paano po yung outlet namin? Yung maintenance po namin. So, sana po maunawaan po ni Madam Chair, ang lahat po nandito, yung kalagayan din po namin mga retailers. Maraming salamat po. Thank you po.
Rejoinder lang. Thank you po. Madam, would you allow, as a rejoinder kay Orlan, yung sinabi, honestly, when I was called last week to attend this meeting, I'm quite busy. So, kinancel ko yung meeting ko today to attend. Kasi nakikita ko, walang bigas ng NFA. March, April, May, anong ititinda ng mga retailer? So, I would suggest, if the council will approve, na i-conduct na yung G2P so they could arrive earlier by March or April.
Alam nyo, kaya siguro ayaw magpa-import kasi ano tayo may enough supply of rice. Oo. Except nag-fail lang ang NFA to buy yung buffer stock niya. Pero we have enough supply of rice. Kasi kung ako mismo ang magpapa-allow ng importation, why will I allow importation when we have enough supply of rice in the Philippines? Just because NFA cannot buy from the farmers, di ba?
Pero Madam Chair, ang tanong is, paano natin mababalik yung 27 pesos na bigas sa
Hindi nga, kaya ang naasahan is, paano makakabili ang NFA? Oo, kasi siya lang ang may problema. Tayo may enough supply. Kaya kasi ang decision whether to import or not is dependent on our supply of rice. Kasi pag nag-import tayo na marami tayong supply ng rice, di babagsak naman yung presyo ng bigas, di ba? So, it's a balance. It's a balance. Kaya naintindihan ko din ng NFA Council na malapit ng harvest, di ba? Ayaw nilang magdala ng imported rice because sasabay doon sa harvest, babagsak ang presyo. O, ngayon, ang problema, walang mabiling murang bigas kasi hindi nakakabili NFA, then we have to solve that problem, but hindi sila nakakabili, di ba?
Siguro, Madam Chair, doon nabanggit ko na mag-harvest na, hindi ba pwedeng compromise na yung council? Baka pwedeng payagan nyo yung NFA na bumili ng mas mataas na 17 pesos kahit ngayong harvest season lang dahil nga ang importation papasok sa June pa. Hindi mo ba pwede? Because lumalabas mo na hindi kaya, at the moment, hindi kaya bilhin at 17. So baka pwede naman yung payagan na bumili sila at 18 or at 20. Kasi nirecommend na nila silang variation.
Yung 18 ba kaya? What do you think of 18? Yung NFA Council, what do you think of 18?
Actually, they are buying already at 18 eh. Di ba? Hindi ba? 17. Di ba may plus 1 kayo? Wala. Okay. We can go back to the council and discuss this again, Madam Chair.
Kasi I don't think it's too abrupt yung 20 kasi 3/17, 20% naman yun. But maybe we can consider 18, di ba?
Pero pwede baka matanong si Engineer So because na-mention na baka pwedeng taasan. Ano ba yung what is your recommended price increase?
Sa tingin namin, kasi nag-suggesting kami na i-increase yung price, no? Para makapili sila. Kasi yung buffer stock is not, hindi ganun kalaki. So, I think the support price, maski 20, dapat ibigay na yan para makabili ang NFA.
20 is, that's 3/70, that's almost 20%. Wala naman tayong inflation rate na 20%.
Madam Chair, ma'am, regarding my consultation regarding the buying price, yung 17 po matagal na yan. That was 10 years ago ng NFA. So I talked with my mga trader, mga miller, na sabi nila 1 peso would be realistic. From 17 to 18 para po makakompete naman ang NFA magbili ng palay sa area na pwede. At the same time, hindi naman masyado affected kasi pag 17 mababa masyado.
Additional discussion point, Madam Chair, dito sa usapin ng buying price kasi nabanggit ni Mr. Hernandez kanina yung importation daw. Well, even when we get to that discussion, kung may 96% sa rice efficiency na tayo, then may palugit ng 4% pa, baka yun yung starting range percentage na we can talk about importation. Nabanggit nila G2P, well, pinag-aawayan nila G2P, G2G, kailangan pag-usapan niya ano yung diferensya, no?
Always import, walang problema yun. Kaya, there's no, merong importation talaga. It's always something like minimum. Ngayon nga, ang MAV ngayon is 800,000 metric tons. So, talagang, we have importation, we have na yan, oo. Except na, siguro tina-timing nila yung importation doon sa lean months. Kasi pag dinalang mo doon sa harvest season, mas disastrous yun, di ba? So, gusto nila i-timing sa June na lean months. Ngayon, kung mag-harvest ngayon, at sinasabi nila talagang difficult yung 17, di gawin natin 18, di ba? Para mapagbigyan na lang, di ba?
Ma'am, pwede naman yung maski 20, basta surgical operations. Ibig sabihin, doon lang po sa mga probinsya na mababa yung presyo.
We cannot recommend ganong kalaking increase kasi ang tatamaan niyan lahat ng produkto eh. Pag masyado mong yung inflation, hindi lang sa bigas kundi lahat ng produkto tatamaan. Sabi nila pwede 18, di ba?
Yes, ma'am. Based sa consultation ko sa mga traders, sabi nila 1 peso. Kasi pag 20 naman, ma-affectan yung sinasabi magkakaroon ng inflation.
Sila nga
1 peso.
Madam Chair, panlakot. Kaya, Admin Aquino, tanong ko lang, out of curiosity, ilan yung kinukuha, yung total yung NFA, ilan po yung total na kinukuha natin sa domestic farmers? Para lang for the record. For the record po. About 3% of the total harvest. 3% lang, yung total harvest. So, kung pagtakas po ito, dahil sinasabi niya ang limitation dito, dahil 17 pesos, hirap na hirap kayo. Kung umabot kaya ng binabagit, kung umabot ng 20 pesos, may itataas ba natin ang pagbili nyo sa local, sa domestic farmers?
Tataas din ang pag-sell nila sa sa market. Magiging 32 na puhunan, bebenta nila 35. Wala nang 27 to 32. Tataas din eh.
Ma'am, I'm just asking a question. So right now, regarding sa importation by June papaparating, ang question ko po sa body is this: March, April, May, ang kailangan po ng merkado, magkaroon po ng 27 pesos na presyo ng bigas. So ano po ang solusyon po ng body? So dapat tayo mag-import as early as possible, kahit kalahati ng 250, para magkaroon po ng 27 pesos sa merkado.
Pero June po, kahit na it takes about 1 month or 1.5 months before the NFA will import. So June na rin po around June, late May, early June na rin po dadating yan, if ever. I think if we'll take it up in the council, the suggestion of this body now to increase the buying price by 1 peso, and to encourage NFA to really procure locally, especially with the harvest, bumper harvest that's being expected, as per our good secretary has been mentioning a while ago.
Siguro, ASEC, pakiusap ko na lang kung pwede mag-meet kayo kaagad. Kung kaya this week or next week, kasi baka ang sasabihin na naman ng NFA, wala silang mabili kasi nabili na lahat because they couldn't compete with the price. Opo, thank you, Madam Chair.
Hindi po naman sila makakapagbili na ngayon kasi wala na po talaga yung bigas. Pagdating po ng March, end of March, April, May, yun po yung harvest season.
Hindi, pero at least may alam na ng mga farmers na potential buyer nilang NFA kasi kaya na nilang makipag-compete doon sa presyo. Hindi katulad ngayon na parang NFA is not an option because of the price.
Ma'am, may I? Madam Chair, pwede po. Napansin ko lang po, napag-usapan natin, NFA cannot compete in the private sector po. Ang tingin ko, kasi ang mandato ng NFA is support. Kaya nga silang support price. They're not there to compete with the private sector. Kaya meron pong sabi na, ang support price ng NFA is 17. That means po, matagal na rin ako sa industriya, second generation na po ako, dati ang NFA, pag bumaba yung presyo ng palay, doon mo papasok ang NFA. Ang nangyayari po sa atin, yung interpretation natin sa NFA is to compete. Kaya wala ko silang bibili. So, kung pagsunin nyo, ang presyo ng palay is stabilized. Ang hindi na stabilized is presyo ng bigas. So, yun po ang nagkakaroon ng problema. Ang suggestion ko naman po, sa akin po, pag ang presyo ng palay, 2021, okay po, that means masaya ang farmer, mataas po ang bili ng private sector na kukuha. Siguro po, ang maganda po nito, para hindi rin lumaki, lagi nating pinupurang NFA, lumalaki na lugi, yun po, napapansin po natin is subsidiya. Kasi kung bumili po ng 17 at 18 yan, at 27, sinasabi natin po parang bigas, malaki po yung nagiging lugi ng NFA. Kung sila yung talagang i-full plus nila, at bumili man niya ng 17, at hindi po talaga bumabago at tumasapit yun, buong presyo ng palay sa 17 at ibebenta sa 27, malulugi rin po yung NFA. So, ang aking suggestion lang po, at opinion, is pabayaan natin ng NFA na mag-import para mas mura yung kanilang cost at may bebenta na 27, may kita pa sila, pabayaan ng private sector, mamili ng palay at kung baba yung palay, doon papasok ang NFA pag nag-17. So, yung i-import nila, makakabenta sila ng 27, hindi pa sila malulugi ng malaki. Yun po magiging bubble stock nila at maiwasan po natin at smuggling. Dahil ang bigas, pag hindi ang NFA nagpapag smuggler. So, yun po, maiwasan po natin ang smuggling, may stabilize yung presyo ng palay, may stabilize din yung presyo natin ng bigas. Yun lang po ang aking suggestion. Maraming salamat po.
Siguro, Madam Chair, maganda yung suggestion ni Mr. Ko for the future siguro. Kaso lang, ang problema natin ngayon, walang NFA rice eh. So may sense of urgency, kaya nga babalik ulit tayo dun sa council na baka pwede for this, period lang, payagan nyo nang bumili yung NFA ng mas mataas na presyo.
Ma'am,
Yes.
totoo nga. The problem now is how to do or come up with an immediate solution, the stopgap measure na kailanganin natin. So, while it's true, lahat ng mga recommendation ay maganda. Pero, it will take time. What is so crucial now is ngayon, next month, until the lean months. So, I would like to appeal to the Council, look at this particular factor, dahil ito, kung hindi natin bigyan ng solution ngayon, magiging magulo. Marami naman. Babalik ang krimen, alam ko. Babalik lahat. This will transpose into a series of happenings. So, tayo, nagpupulo ngayon dito, for a reason na gusto natin ang solusyon. So I would like to appeal to the Council na meron naman kayong na-approve galing kay Presidente na 250 metric tons na importation volume. Bantayan natin lahat. Marami naman tayo nakabantay na hindi ito para talagang makikita natin balik 27. It will only take 1 week. Maparating natin ng bigas. This is the only way that we can solve because right now sufficient nga tayo, but then, sana ngayon, it's in the private sector wherein we cannot control the price. Secondly, ito lang appeal ko sa council na you do some marathon work to solve this problem. Kanina nabanggit tungkol kay Mr. ni Mr. Rosendo So, tungkol yung mga old stocks na bibinta ng ganun. I cannot understand why it would happen when as early as June, August, stocks natin were already depleting and there were no signal na talagang mabubulok yan, ganyan, no? For example, in the Visayas. In the Visayas, Cebu, wala palayan yan. Maski naman lang isang hektarya yan, wala. In other words, like NCR, consuming area. But, even if it might be a disport, it's also unfair na ang aming area na bigas namin dadalhin sa ibang region. I cannot understand. Say for example, in Region 6, bigas nila dumadating sa amin. Pagdating sa amin, hindi pumapasok NFA, hindi na-change ng sako, NFA pa rin. Pero how much is the cost of it in the regular selling? It's 1,250. Ito naman ang gustong mga retailer ko na talagang makabigas, bumili as much as 1,450. Pinatago. So the trading, NFA rice yan, walang palit. Ang region ko naman, meron namang province ko, meron bigas. Dinadala region 8. I cannot understand why it has to be brought. Ito naman mga retailer ko has to haul there, buy it there, bring it back. So bringing the price into 1,600. Nagririgo dun yung mga bigas. At the moment, ito ang status ko ang NFA allocation since August, September, October, talagang walang allocation ang retailer. But, in the major markets ngayon, at those times, after October, binigyan ng 4 na bags per week. Pero thousands of bag lumalabas. Minor markets, 3 bags per week. Outside the market, 1 bag per week. Tingnan niyo yan. Ako naman nagka-problema. Dahil ang dami kong mga pantawid. In the pantawid, bibigyan natin ng cheap price yan. Mayor, saan tayo makabili? NFA hindi na magbibinta. So, at those particular times, I was really, sabi ko, 40 years na ako dito. Never in the history of my retailing and trading na nagririgo doon yung bigas. At saka yung bigas na makikita namin, hindi namin makakain dahil dalhin sa ibang region. Yes, that's NFA.
Thank you, Mayor. Do you still want to hear the report of the National Food Authority? No more? So, if we are not hearing the report of the National Food Authority, can we go to the next topic?
Madam Chair, yes, bago na tayo, malinis lang ang konti, dahil alam niyo, isa sa mga pinaghirapan po natin dito yung anti-agricultural smuggling law. And I think this will also affect, meron akong mga narinig na merong merong report ng PITC, tama ho ba, admin sa NFA na nag-issue po kayo ng import permit sa PITC, na apparently meron doon parang sinabi, peke, ganun, baka ang problema, baka ito yung ginamit, may naman nagsamantala at baka nag-import ng mga smuggled rice. So, alam naman natin na talagang ito yung isa sa mga pagpabagsak ng presyo ng palay, yung smuggling, and medyo mainit po kami yan. Siguro pakilinaw lang po ito. Noong December 22, 2017, there were 3 import permits allegedly issued to PITC by NFA, para lang malinaw.
Thank you, Your Honor. Wala po kaming in-issue na import permit sa PITC. In fact, we issued press releases to that effect na wala kaming in-issue na import permit especially to PITC. And we were able to get a copy of that, and we deny that we issue such a permit, Your Honor.
nakakasiguro ba naman tayo kaya na hindi nagagamit no itong mga import permit kung pinipeke man para makapag-angkat o makapag-import ng mga smuggled rice kasi talagang itong isa sa mga rason bakit prioritize natin yung anti-agriculture smuggling law because this is really economic sabotage kung ganun kalalaki.
Nakakasigurado pa tayo sa NFA, nakakasigurado tayo, hindi lang namin alam kung yung sa Bureau of Customs, pero usually Bureau of Customs naman ay nakikipag-coordinate sa NFA.
Yes, sa DEPCOM Edward James Dibuco. Maaari niyo bang liwanagin ito?
Madam Chairman, please. Madam.
Yes, we recognize the Bureau of Customs.
Yes, ma'am. For the information of the body, Madam Chairman, Your Honor, yung sinasabi po ni Senator J.B. Herceto na PITC permit which was as alleged by, as said by the NFA administrator, yung tatlong permits po ay fake. May nahuli po kami sa Subic na, pero isang shipment lang po. So, if you want to hear from the Port of Subic po the specifics of the case, and as of now, ma'am, we are preparing the filing of the case for violation of the Agricultural Smuggling Act.
Siguro,
Can you make a written report with regards
Yes.
to that we will distribute to the senators?
We already have, ma'am, and we'll
can you
submit it
give
to
us a
the-
report
Yes,
on
ma'am.
that?
Yes, ma'am.
Before siguro natin recognize Madam Chair yung sa Subic no kasi doon po bang concern. Curiosity lang Madam Chair, may ilan na ba ang nakasuhan natin sa anti-agriculture smuggling law mula nung ito yung naipasa?
Yes, sir. As of now, we have 3 pending cases for violation of the agricultural smuggling law, and they are all now pending before the DOJ.
Siguro matanong ko na rin, matagal na natin naririnig yung pangalan ni Davidson Bangayan, di ba, David Tan. Nasa hearing namin yun noon, mismo ang ating presidente, sinabi ay ito'y dadakpin na hanggang ngayon ba may kaso ba yan? O wala pa rin? Hindi pa rin ninyo matunton?
Representative ng DOJ to do you have a knowledge of BOC?
Wala po, ma'am, kasi in our records the name David Bagayan hindi po nag-appear doon sa mga kahit
David Tan. So ibig sabihin, Madam Chair, wala pa rin hanggang ngayon.
Of the importers.
Ang lakas nito Akalain mo siya mismo ang binanggit noon pang Mayor Duterte sa ating hearing na papatayin niya. Pero hindi pa rin wala pa rin kayong makaso sa kanya hanggang ngayon?
Actually, this anti-agriculture smuggling law was a product of that hearing. So sana kaya very particular kami. Gusto na malaman after its passage kung ilan na po ang nakasuhan. No? Please give us a report. Madam Chair, next time yung DOJ, NBI.
Yung FBI, imbitahin natin dito, Madam Chair, para maliwanagan. Kasi may mga pangalan rin dito, Nais kong tanungin si Mr. Aquino. Itong si Marlon Barilo, Marigold de Castro, Richie Carpio, Mercedes Yakapin, Tom Narcisse, Rocky Valdez, Judy Carol Dansal. Sila po ba yung mga empleyado ninyo?
Empleyado po yung iba.
Empleyado mo yung iba. Ngayon, meron ditong mga, iba-ibang mga aligasyon tungkol sa kanila. Kunyari si Marigold de Castro, presently daw siyang in charge ng lahat ng rice-related business in Region 3. Di umano, front ninyo.
Ay, wala po akong front, Your Honor. Tsaka hindi po ako nakikialam sa local procurement.
Tapos ito naman si Richie Carpio, pinsan naman ni Marigold. Siya ay kilala daw siyang enforcer ng mga binibigay niyong tasks na pag hindi sumunod sa'yo, ibig sabihin sumunod not necessarily according to protocol, but hindi sumunod sa'yo, ay pwedeng itapon sa ibang lugar. Yun naman ang aligasyon sa kanya. Ito naman si Marlon Barillo, businessman ito, meron siyang kaso ngayon sa ombudsman or sa Sandigan Bayan for allegedly rigging the bidding of certain equipments in Mactan International Airport. Meron din isa ditong isa pang empleyado ninyo na may mga kaso rin sa ombudsman. Itong si Attorney Judy Dansal, She was appointed as deputy administrator despite her unfavorable record. Also, bakit, in spite of your unfavorable record of 2 ombudsman cases and personally extended through the personal capacity of the administrator since December, she's also aspiring to be appointed as administrator through her San Beda law friend for the past 2 years, despite of her. Anyway, so gusto kong sagutin ninyo yung tanong na yan. May mga kaso sa ombudsman, pero appointment.
I have very recently issued clearance from the Office of the Ombudsman that I have no pending case, Your Honor.
So,
even at the Sandigan Bayan and even at the National Bureau of Investigation. And I am willing to submit that tomorrow.
Okay, so that you've been cleared of your cases?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Who appointed you to this position?
It's the council, the NFA council.
Composed of?
The 10 members of the NFA council, the DOF, the NEDA, the Bangko Central, the Land Bank, the DBP, DOF, Office of the President, and the Farmers Representative.
Who recommended you in particular?
I had been in the National Food Authority for 40 years.
For 40 years?
Yes, ma'am, and I already retired last December, but since the extension was approved by the Civil Service Commission, I am still with the National Food Authority now.
Can you give us a brief of the case against you that, you still have a pending case, correct?
I don't have any pending case.
When was it resolved?
It was resolved last 2016.
2016. So tell me about that case in particular.
During the time of Administrator Banayo, I was a member of the bidding committee, Special Bids and Awards Committee for the private sector importation, Your Honor. And as the basis of the investigation of the Committee on Agriculture of the Senate, the case was investigated by the National Bureau of Investigation, and it was forwarded to the Ombudsman. But that was dismissed because there is no basis that a certain Bangayan was one of those who participated in the bidding.
So dahil hindi pa rin matukoy si Bangayan, lahat
because
ng konektado,
we have submitted all the records to the NBI, Your Honor, and that Mr. alleged Bangayan or whatever is that name, there are no basis.
NFA Director, Administrator Banayo has a case. When we conducted that investigation,
it was also
in 2014, he has a case.
It was already
he has a case.
Well, anyway, Madam Chair, I move that we really have to have the...
We can furnish you a copy of the resolution,
yes,
because Mr. Bangayan has never applied for any participation in the importation. There are no records. We have all submitted it with the Senate and with the NBI and the Ombudsman.
Because they are not using their names. They're using the other people's name and other companies.
There is no basis whatsoever to connect.
You're exonerating him? Ganun yung sinasabi mo? Parang sinasabi mo, parang wala.
No, ma'am, because the basis of the recommendation to the Ombudsman is the alleged involvement of that certain Mr. Bangayan. But in our records, when we had that bidding, there is no such name that has ever applied.
The NBI refiled a complaint against Bangayan and 14 others before the Department of Justice in September 2017.
Yes,
Bangayan and his cohorts are accused of the following: monopolies, using fictitious names or concealing true names, and many others.
Diba kung nandun kayo, dapat familiar kayo.
Si Bangayan, Iha.
Yes, ma'am, that is filed presently with the DOJ, and we were used as witness.
Alam mo, marami pang mga
iba. Sinabi mo kanina, walang case, you cannot prove Bangayan, tapos ngayon sasabihin mo,
sa
witness ka against Bangayan.
Doon sa administrative na pinail doon sa NBI, ma'am, at saka sa Ombudsman. We have already a resolution.
Senator po, walang case si Bangayan, he is never connected. Tapos ngayon sasabihin mo, you are used to file a case against Bangayan. There is a case against Bangayan filed in September 2017 by the Department of Justice. And one of them is using fictitious name and concealing true names. O sasabihin mo, hindi Bangayan, pero ginagamit niya ibang pangalan, pero siya rin yun.
Ma'am, what Senator Pro
said he's at the Ombudsman. It's on the office of the Ombudsman.
Well, I guess you just have to correct. Sandigan or ano? So yung case mo ngayon?
Ang against Bangayan, ma'am, I think it's with the DOJ because we were used as witness.
Kanino ba niya kinukuha yung mga permits niya with a fictitious name? Kayo ba yung nagbibigay?
Hindi po, ma'am.
Sino?
Sino?
Wala naman ho kaming initial na permit in his name.
Okay, anyway,
Madam Chairperson, with the permission of Senator Po, because it was in 2012 when we began this investigation of the NFA and its alleged involvement in colluding with traders. And for the record, and the records of this, tinuloy naman ni Senator Cynthia Villar when she took over the chairmanship and I stepped down. And for the record, the information, and I'm surprised that the case, some of the cases as alleged or as were dismissed because maliwanag doon. Nung aming investigasyon, yung mga nag-participate dito sa pag-secure ng mga permits to import, yung kanilang bank accounts, iisang branch, limang mga trader, mga pangalan. Yung kanilang NBI clearance, isang araw, 5 sila, 6, isang araw na-release yung NBI clearance. So, pare-parehong araw na labas yung kanilang NBI clearance, iisang bangko sila, 5, 6 na mga trader, isang bankong branch, hindi naman pwedeng sabihin na nagkataon lang yun. Talagang merong orchestrated effort to corner the importation by certain traders using dummies. And that's precisely why our own committee endorsed the filing of cases in 2012 and tinuloy po ng chairman after 2013, tinuloy din po ni Senator Cynthia Villar. So ako'y medyo nakakabahala na paano na-dismiss itong ilang mga kasong ito.
Madam Chair, di ba NFA din na nagbibigay ng permit dito sa mga applicants na to, di ba? O so ibig sabihin, hindi kayo nagdo-due diligence. Kasi kung ito, merong allegation ng using fictitious names, yung sinasabi din ni Senator Pangilinan, tignan ninyo yung redundancy kung mukha ba itong qualified. Ano ba yung vetting process ninyo to give these permits?
Ma'am, na-auction po yan dati.
Ito na nga yung problema. Alam nyo, ma'am, this is also establishing credibility, ha? There's a letter from Chairman Alberto Romulo of the DBP kung saan ini-endorse niya ang tungkol sa protesta ng mga contractors who participated in the bidding process of the NFA office. May attachments ang nagsabing letter. Accordingly, the bidding process for the construction of the NFA building office was rigged, and some officials of the NFA received substantial money. So this is an official correspondence. Can you please answer this?
Ma'am, I'm not a member of the...
No. Let me ask Mr. Aquino here.
Madam Chair, we received the letter from Secretary Romulo, and we really explained.
Okay, is the building there?
Yeah, the new NFA building, madam.
Okay, so you explained na walang rigging?
No, there's no rigging, there's no such thing. In detail, madam.
Hihingi na lang kami ng kopya nun. Kasi, syempre, if it's the NFA investigating itself, di ba, parang may conflict na doon. It's not that I don't believe the outcome of your investigation, but certainly we need to have checks and balances here. So if you're being alleged that, I think that we should look deeper into this. Another, and one last, Madam Chair, this is also regarding stationing members of the NFA in the ports to make sure that the rice being, kasi ito paki-explain po ang rationale ninyong instruction to pull out personnel assigned in ports or foreign vessels to check rice importations. Meron pong kopyang NFA memorandum justifying the pull-out of the NFA designated personnel sa mga port. Accordingly, the justification for removing all vestiges of presence of the NFA was spelled out by the administrator. Ang problema nito, pag may mga unreported arrivals of foreign vessels from one supplier at the Port of Manila, these arrived at least 1 month before the BOC alarmed that the vessels were just without any berthing, warned that they will be seized. Hindi na natin na-check yung mga quality ng rice na
precisely, Your Honor.
Kasi yung ano namin, yung kontrata namin is delivered at place. Ibig sabihin, doon kami talaga mag-inspect doon sa ano sa mga bodega namin. Kasi in transit baka may mangyari. So we made it sure na pag nasa bodega na yung ano namin, yung imported rice, doon rin ikakandak yung inspection, not outside.
Pero dati may ganun. So you just cut it because you think it's redundant? So ibig sabihin, pagpunta dun sa ano ninyo, pag ayaw ninyo yung rice, susoli ninyo, ganun?
Yes.
Madam Chairperson, just a quick question. Paano nyo nalalaman dun sa port na yung dumating na bigas, yun lang ang tamang amount? Paano nyo nalalaman na ang inimport ninyo, halimbawa, 10,000 metric tons, kung pumasok 12,000, kung pumasok 15,000, paano nyo malalaman na saan napunta yung 12,000? Saan napunta yung palapis? Wala na yun eh.
Actually, Your Honor.
Wala na yung support eh. Hinihintay na lang ninyo dun sa warehouse. Kung pumasok ng 15,000 metric tons, na 10, how will you tell? You're no longer there in the port.
Yes, actually, that's with the Bureau of Customs, Your Honor.
Yes, but the Bureau of Customs will have to rely on the NFA because the Bureau of Customs will ask, NFA, may permit ba itong 15,000 na ito? Wala. Hindi ba ganoon ang mangyayari? Ang BOC only coordinates with the NFA para malaman kung legitimate ba yung import o hindi. Kung wala na kayo dun sa port, paano nyo nang dadali na lang dun sa, ano nangyari dun sa check dun sa pagpasok?
Kaya nga hindi na, Madam Chair, ito na lang siguro sa NBI, I'm turning over to the committee for the NBI investigation for this names to be considered in our next hearing. Siguro yung investigation na ng NBI dito kay Davidson Bangayan, gusto ko malaman yung update tungkol dito. At saka siguro bago tayo mamaya, yung malinaw na solusyon, yung suggestion nga ni Senator Binay na baka naman pwede ninyong i-consider na ang dami nyo kasing pagkakamali sa NFA. Baka naman pwede na lang i-consider din na bili na lang ng mas mahal ng konti. Sa council. Hindi, pero ito nga yung long-term solution aside from the investigation. I think this is where the hearing should go. Finding the solution para mabalik naman sa 27 pesos yung level bago mag-June. So, yun lang, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair. If we increase the buying price of rice, we cannot maintain yung 27, di ba? Kasi pag 18 yon, minimum yon 13 na yon. Kasi ibig sabihin, yun ang the price we have to pay. If we increase the buying, we have to increase the selling price a little.
Subsidize.
So, that's,
Madam Chair, pero Madam Chair, I think lang naman yan from now till June. Because by June, we expect na nandito na si 27 pesos.
So, I think the NFA Council is willing to recommend 18. Parang na sa kanila yung 18.
Madam Chair, iniintay pa po ng committee yung sagot ni Administrator. Maybe he can furnish us his answer to the questions posed by Senator Pangilinan. Halimbawa, hindi ba yung guidelines for importation sa MAV, under MAV, require port inspection? Hindi lang BOC, pero para masiguro na kung ano yung bill of lading, halimbawa sa barko, yun lang talaga ang nakasakay dyan, and other matters na yung personnel nyo may be able to check. Pangalawa, Madam Chair, following on yung interpellation ni na Senator Grace at Senator Kiko, mukhang some of these interested parties, medyo long-standing na yung unresolved participation nila sa issue ito since at least half a decade ago. So I respectfully move that the committee invite the named Mr. Marlon Barillo, even David Bangayan or David Tan, and the person who wrote the article about the alleged rice cartel and naming them, si Mr. Dante Ang. And lastly, Madam Chair, at this point, balikan ko yung mga urgent appeal nung presidente ng magsasaka sa Central Luzon, yung magandang panukala ni Mr. Ko, at saka yung sinabi din ni Mayor Nene Aligado. And I think, Madam Chair, it really calls for an urgent action from the committee under your leadership, Madam Chair. Between ngayong Pebrero at saka yung June, there has to be some urgent action para magkaroon ng access sa abot kaya at nakakain na bigas, lalo na po ang mga mahihirap. Until we figure out, kailangan mag-resolve ng conflict ng NFA administration at saka NFA council. Perhaps the committee under your leadership can perhaps practically compel them to some kind of resolution ng conflict nila, which has helped to exacerbate this conflict. Mas lalo pinasama yung kakayahan ng magsasaka makapagbenta ng maayos at makasama sa kakayahan ng mahihirap makabili ng bigas na makakain. Imposibleng 4 na buwan hindi tayo sigurado paano makakakain ng mga tao. So I think that's an urgent action that the committee under your leadership, Madam Chair, can take and can force practically NFA administration and council to take.
I'm asking now the NFA Council to consider increasing the buying price of rice, of palay from the farmers from 17 to 18. And they said they will introduce this to the NFA Council. We cannot ask them to be more, to raise it more, because that would make it more expensive also. So you're saying that we have to give cheap rice to consumers, but if we increase the buying price, then we cannot give the same price to consumer. It has to increase. So we're asking them to increase it a little so that they will be able to buy, and they said that they have approved the importation.
Maybe a few solutions, Madam Chair. That increasing the buying price minimally is one. Maybe 2 or 3 solutions immediately para yung outcome is may access sa bigas ang mahihirap.
If we increase the buying price to 18, then we sell it at 30, no? Kasi ngayon 27 to 32, then it will be something like 30 to 35, parang ganon, 34. And then if we ask them to import, can you import? No, I don't think so. So I think it's increasing the buying price is the most immediate solution to at least 18. And then we have called Mr. Bangayan several times in the past.
Subpoena na.
No, he came naman. He came.
No, but maybe this time.
No, the problem is, it's the Department of Justice which did not file the case. So it's not David Bangayan. There was a case filed against him, but it's electrical theft. It's not large-scale agricultural smuggling. So maybe during the budget hearing of DOJ, I have asked them to at least file a case to 1 smuggler and 1 cartel member, just so to show people that we are serious in preventing this smuggling and in the next topic, which is our
Madam Chair, can I just butt in just one, Madam
we
Chair?
recognize
Thank you. I just wanted to be recognized, Madam Chair.
Yeah.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Before we move to another topic, I think it's pretty important that we take note of the statements made by Mayor Alegado. Madam Chair, 40 years, if I'm not mistaken, you made mention, 40 years as a retailer, hindi pa nangyari itong mga nangyayari na ito. And I just wanted NFA to answer this. And ano ba yung gagawin ninyo? Kasi binanggit na ko kanina, tatlong region yung nagkakaroon ng kotilyon na umiikot ho yung NFA rice. I hope that we can do something about this because this is alarming, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair, ano ba naging dahilan? Bakit tayo nagkulang ngayon sa NFA? Ano ba talaga yung pulot dulo noon na yung stock ninyo naubusan kayo?
Hindi kami naka-procure from the local farmers because of that price para sa amin. Then, wala pong importation. And last Your Honor, last February 7, the President has approved the importation
Hindi nga pero di ba, it's so ironic na hindi kayo makapurchase, meron tayong increase in harvest, di ba? May mga ganun, pero sabi ninyo yung price nga, at the price. Okay, but last question, yung certificate, meron daw sinasabi dito na hindi kayo nagpa-publish na ngayon sa website ninyo na normally, tuwing December, meron kayo ng Certificate of Eligibility.
Meron po. Nagano po kami.
Pero,
regular po yan. Meron po.
Kailan yung huli ninyong pinublish yun? Bigyan nyo kami ng kopya noon, ha?
Yes.
Sige, that's all. Thank you.
Ma'am, yung Rigudon, wala pa rin sagot eh. Ayaw mo iikot.
Senator, ganito po yan. Nagkaroon po ng importation last year. So, dumating yan mga October. Doon po kasi sana, sa terms of reference, isa sa this port ay Cebu. Hindi po na-consider yung ibang ports kung saan meron kaming distribution. So, nandun, dumating lahat sa Cebu, then, siniship namin papunta, din-distribute namin papunta sa Region 8 at sa ibang regions. Ganun po ang nangyari dyan.
Bakit nabinta ng 140? Ang tanong ko, bakit hindi pumapasok NFA? Nabibinta doon sa private na may mga ahente. Particular ship na nag-ship sa bigas from Iloilo is Cocalyong. Kaya nga, yung mga retailer ko sumbong sa akin, ma'am, hindi po mapasok NFA, pero hindi nagpapalit ng damit, NFA pa rin. Bininta sa amin 1,450.
Sabihin, binenta ng NFA sa trader, tapos yung trader ang nagbenta sa inyo, na hindi man lang pinalta ng sako, na andun pa rin yung NFA rice. O,
dapat. Madam Chair, siguro mas maganda kung may specific yung allegations so that we can also answer kasi wala these are all allegations na
specific. Mayor to ng Iloilo Bakit Cebu? Ibig sabihin niya, kayo, binenta nyo sa trader, tapos yung trader, binenta sa retailer nila, na hindi man lang tinanggal. Yung alam ko, pinapaltan nyo yung sako para hindi makita ang NFA right. Kaya, bigay na kahit garapan na. Sako na
Madam Chair, hindi po kami nagbibenta sa traders. Binibenta po namin doon sa retailers. May mga accredited retailers po kami.
Ayan
Madam Chairperson, siguro Administrator Aquino, I'm sorry pero dapat siguro ang sagot natin dito, titingnan namin ano ang problema, hahanapan namin, we will cooperate with Ms. Aligado, Mayor Aligado, to determine kung meron nga bang mga nasa region namin, mga regional managers namin na involved dito sa rebagging. Dapat gano'n ang sagot, hindi po ba? I mean, bakit hindi kayo pumuposisyon na kinakailangan imbestigahan itong problemang ito?
Precisely, Your Honor. Kaya nga sabi
mo, these are just mere allegations. So, kailangan namin ng data. Why don't we just say, nandito si Mayor, andito po sa harap ng mga senador, we will look into this, we will cooperate, at sino man ang mayroong pananagutan dito, didisiplinahin natin. Yung mga NFA, kung mayroong involved in NFA, you have the authority and you have the mandate to discipline them. Hindi ba?
Yes, Your Honor. We will do that, Your Honor. Thank you.
Madam Chair?
Yes.
Yung sa port, may may sample tayo ng permit na fake na permit. Ito isa Port of Subic, And,
Madam Chair,
may permit in-issue ang NFA. Ibang vessel naman, yung dumating sa ibang vessel. So, dapat kailangan talaga ang NFA may tao sa mga port. Kasi kung nasa warehouse lang, yung mga private import na pumapasok, hindi nila nasa-check. Kagaya nito, ibang vessel ang nasa isang port, pero yung vessel na sinasabi, ibang pangalan naman. So, ibig sabihin, smuggle yun.
Engineer, ngayon ba,
gano'n ka ba nangyayari? Kasi sabi kanina banggit ko na maaaring ginagamit yung fake import permit. So, madalas pa rin ba ang smuggling ng gano'n karami pa rin ba pumapasok sa ngayon? Tayo ba implementation of the anti-agri smuggling law?
I think ang Port of Cebu may nahuli. Ang Port of itong Port of Subic may nahuli, no? And isa is yung Zamboanga. Pero hindi natin alam kung anong nag-file pa ng case or anything, no? Ito sa ang worry lang natin kagaya ito sa Subic, for example, ay nakalasulat ito is 30,000 metric tons. 30,000 metric tons. So, ano ba ito? Kung walang tao anyway sa port, talagang may problema. At $1,000 per metric ton, magkano yan? Oh, 800, 700? Ano bang? 600? 420?
Madam Chair, siguro pwede natin pag-report itong naputol kanina, no? Sorry, yung sa kolektor ng Subic. Kasi nalulungkot kami dito, pinasa natin ang anti-agriculture smuggling law as a result of that hearing na nandito pa si Bangayan, nandito si Presidente noon. Kaya lang, after almost 2 years, in its passage, parang halos wala tayong nakakasuhan, meron tatatlo pa lang, in the process pa lang. Ilang ba, 2 taon na yun eh. So, si Bangayan na, bago natin pag-report si Collector, nakakasama ba sa nakasuhan o lumabas na ang pangalan niya doon sa customs, sa inyo pong mga suspected smugglers?
We request the Bureau of Customs to make a report on smuggling.
Ma'am, just for the record, no, yung nabanggit na 30,000 metric tons at $420 per metric ton is 12 million plus US dollars or almost 700 million pesos. Isa lang yun. Billion. At pag bumagsak dito yan, ma'am, ang presyo niya, landed cost niya would be maybe 15 pesos, 20 pesos, landed cost ng imported rice. Tapos ibebenta ng doble at 45. So, ang landed cost niya, imported cost niya without tax will be anywhere between 15 to 20 pesos per kilo. Ibebenta ng 45. So, yung 700 million yan, over yun din ang kita. Isang transaction lang, double your money. Kaya